Hello students and welcome to the English class. We are completing second story. I want to drive a car, a story of Mukesh, and in this story the narrator talks about the plight of people who are engaged in bangle making profession and how they live their life, how miserable their life conditions are, and they cannot get out of it. In the same way, there is a boy whose name is Mukesh who is totally different from other because he wants to become a motor mechanic. He tells this to the author. One day Mukesh insists author to take her to his home, and the day comes when they walk through the lanes and author describes those lanes and the condition of the area where these bangle making families live. She passes through the temporary huts which is giving foul smell. The streets are having dumped garbage which gives foul smell. The huts are temporary, walls are not stable, as well as doors are wobbly, and at final they reach Mukesh's house where Mukesh's sister-in-law preparing dinner for entire family. There are three men in their house: Mukesh, Mukesh's brother, and Mukesh's father. Mukesh's father has lost his eyesight in the same profession, and what he could manage in his entire life is a home. He was unable to give good education and lifestyle to their kids, which he laments. There is a girl who is sister-in-law, Mukesh's sister-in-law. She covers her face as a custom demands because she is daughter-in-law and she has to cover her face whenever she finds any male person or any male elder comes at their home. So today we are going to start with new paragraph. So I am reading. Please keep your books open and read with me and try to understand the summary. It is his karma, his destiny, says Mukesh's grandmother, who watched her husband. I am highlighting. Who has watched her husband go blind with the dust of polishing of glass bangles. The glass of bangles. The Mukesh grandmother, who is sitting, tells the author that it is their karma and it is in their fate. Because she has seen her own husband going blind in making glass of bangles and in polishing them. Because the dust of that polishing the glass made her husband blind. Can a God-given lineage ever be broken, she implies. So, she wants to state that can this lineage, the ancestral profession, can ever be broken? Born in the caste of bangle makers, they have seen nothing but bangles in the house, in the yard, in every other house, every other yard, every street in Firozabad, spirals of bangles, sunny gold, paddy green, royal blue, pink, purple, every color born out of the 7 colors of the rainbow, lie in mounds in unkept yards, are piled on 4-wheeled handcarts pushed by young men along the narrow lanes of the shanty town. The woman states that she has born in the family of bangle makers. They cannot do any other profession than making bangles. So these bangles are everywhere, in every street, every house, every yard in Firozabad. These all bangles are lying in spirals of bangles, means it is all compiled and it has been bundled up in all different colors like a rainbow has. These all bangles are lying in mounds, in heap, in unkempt yards, in dirty yards, are piled in four-wheel craft. Some of the hand cart pullers keeping piles of the bangles and pushed by young men along the narrow lanes of shanty town, and they go the hut area and the shanty town. They wanders and sail those bangles on hand carts and push them in the lanes of the town. And in dark hutments next to lines of flames of flickering oil lamps sit boys and girls with their fathers and mothers, welding pieces of colored glass into circle of bangles. Then she also talks about, and in dark hutments and in these dark shelters next to the lines of flames of flickering oil lamps. So they are sitting in lines. Who are sitting in lines? All boys and girls sitting with their parents in front of the flames of oil lamp and welding the glass and making bangles. Their eyes are more adjusted to the dark than to the light outside. So, those who are working in the shelters, dark shelters, and welding the glasses and circling them and making the shapes of bangle, they spend entire day. So their eyes are so much adjusted to dark than light. This is why they often end up losing their eyesight before they become adults. So, because their eyes are too much adjusted with the darkness, they become blind in early age. As soon as they become adults, they lose their eyesight. Now, author flashes light on a girl named Savita, a young girl in a dark draped pink dress sits alongside an elderly woman soldering pieces of glass. Now she highlights about Savita, who is a young girl wearing a faded pink dress, who is sitting beside an old woman who is soldering pieces of glass, who is welding the pieces of glass. As her hands move mechanically like the tongues of a machine, I wonder if she shows the sanctity of the bangles she helps make. Her hands are automatically working like the tongues of machine. I wonder if she knows. Here, I is used by author. Now, author wonders if she knows the holiness of the bangles she helps make, which she is making. It symbolizes an Indian woman's suhag, auspiciousness in marriage. The narrator says that this girl hardly knows about that these bangles symbolizes Indian women's suhag and the holiness of marriage. It will dawn on her suddenly one day when her head is draped with a red veil, her hands dyed red with henna, and red bangles roll onto her wrist. It will dawn, it will surprise her suddenly one day when she will be married. Her head will be covered with red veil, her hands will also be colored with henna. She will wear red bangles which will roll on her wrist. She will then become a bride, and suddenly she will become a bride. Like the old woman beside her who became one many years ago, she will also be like that old woman beside her who became bride years ago. See, she still has bangles on her. She still has bangles on her wrist, but no light in her eyes. That old woman sitting beside Savita, still wearing bangles, but she has lost her eyesight. एक वक्त शेर भर खाना भी नहीं खाया, she says in a voice drained of joy. Devoid of happiness, one voice comes that says that they hardly manage to eat full stomach meal. She has not enjoyed even full meal in her entire lifetime. That's what she has reaped. Because she could not enjoy full meal in her lifetime, this is the only thing which she has reaped, means she has earned. Her husband, an old man with a flowing beard, says, I know nothing except bangles. What she has reaped is, what she has earned in her life is the husband. She earned her husband, an old man with a beard, who says that I know nothing except bangles. He says he knows only to make bangles, except that he has no other art. All I have done is make a house for the family to live in. Who announces that what he could do for the entire family is that he could manage to make a house for them to live in. Hearing him, one wonders if he has achieved what many has failed in their life. By listening to that man, one can think of that he is only one who achieved a good house for their family, which many others cannot make to do it. He has a roof over his head. At least he could provide them a roof. The cry of not having money to do anything except carry on the business of making bangles, not even enough to eat, rings in every home. So the author says, the cry of not making money to do anything. They cannot do any other business. They cannot invest in any other business except making bangles. There are many families who could not eat enough food, and the same situation runs in every home in Firozabad. The young men echo the lament of their elders. The young carries the same thing, the same sadness or repentance from the elders. Little has moved with time, it seems, in Firozabad. So author says, things have changed in the world, but things have less changed in Firozabad. Because years ago, they were in poverty, they were in the same profession. Even today, they are in the same profession and things have not changed much. Years of mind-numbing toil have killed all initiative and the ability to dream. So, since they are engaged in one kind of profession, their mind has blocked. They cannot do any hard work, and years of mind-numbing of toil and this kind of same hard work has killed their initiative and has not give them an opportunity to dream something different. Why not organize yourself into a cooperative? I ask a group of young men who have fallen into the vicious circle of middlemen who trade their fathers and forefathers. The author asks Young men, why don't you organize and start doing or start making any other work or any other profession? Why don't they organize themselves in any other cooperatives or entrepreneurship? I ask young men, she asked those young men who have fallen in the wicked circle of middlemen or moneylenders who not only trapped their fathers but trapped their forefathers. Even if we get organized, we are the ones who will be hauled up by the police, beaten and dragged to jail for doing something illegal. Those young men says that even if we try to organize ourselves, we are the ones who will be hauled up by the police. We will be the one who will be pulled up or dragged up by the police. Police will beat them and will put them into the jail, stating that whatever they do is illegal. They say. Who are they here? Those young men with whom the author is talking to. There is no leader among them. No one could help them see things differently. The author again states here that there is no leader among them. They do not have any leader who can lead them and show them a good path. No one could help them see things differently. There is no leader who can help them to see the world in a different manner except the bangle making profession. Their fathers are as tired as they are. Even their fathers are also tired as these young men are tired of their life and tired of their profession. They talk endlessly in a spiral that moves from poverty to apathy to greed to injustice. So, they talk endlessly in spirals. So, they have nothing to do in their life except their life starts in poverty to apathy and greed to injustice. So, this is how they talk endlessly in a spiral. Means they have coiled up that moves from their poor state and to apathy, means having no emotions, to greed and to injustice. Listening to them, I see two distinct words. One of the family caught in a web of poverty, burdened. So, narrator sees two different words. One is the word where the family is caught in the web of poverty and is burdened by the stigma of caste in which they are born. The other, a vicious circle of the sahukaras, the middlemen, the policemen, the keepers of law, the bureaucrats and the politicians. So the narrator, the author sees two distinct words. One is the word where the bangle making is just a stigma of caste for them because their fathers, forefathers, even then the young or the coming generation engage in that same profession. They cannot think beyond it. So, and the other word is the wicked circle of those sahukaras, those moneylenders, those middlemen, those policemen, the bureaucrats, the administrative people, the politicians who drag them into this condition. Together, they have imposed the baggage on the child that he cannot pull down. So they have imposed the entire burden on the child, which that child cannot put down, can put at aside in his entire life. Before he is aware, he accepts it as naturally as his father. So before they grow up, they accept it silently and naturally as their father had accepted when they were child. To do anything else would mean to dare. for them, if they want to do something different, it means that is to take that challenge. So they cannot change. To do anything else would mean to challenge. But daring is not part of his growing up. But to take challenge is not a part of their life at all. They cannot think to challenge their lives, to challenge the world, which they have never learned. When I sense a flash of it in Mukesh, I cheered. When the author. When author sends a flash of light, a flicker of light in Mukesh, she feels happy. I want to be a motor mechanic, he repeats. So whenever she talks to him, he always states that he wants to be a motor mechanic. He will go to a garage and learn, but the garage is long way from his home. He states that he will walk. He is so passionate that he doesn't mind to go long way from his home to learn to become a mechanic. I will walk, he insists. He says I will walk, and that is what he speaks strongly. Do you also dream of flying a plane? He suddenly silent. So when narrator asks him, does he want to fly a plane? He becomes silent. He becomes silent because no, he says, staring at the ground. Because he is hopeless, he has no, because he has never seen a plane. He could not get an opportunity to see plane, so he refused that he doesn't want to fly a plane. In his small murmur, there is an embarrassment that he has not yet turned into regret. So that with his murmurness, is the way he announces slowly, has an embarrassment that turned into regret for the boy. He is content to dream of cars that he sees hurtling down the streets of his town. Because that boy, it's not because that child does not want to fly, it's because in his life he has seen running cars in the town, and he is content to dream, and he is so much satisfied to dream of cars because he has seen running cars in the streets of his town, Firozabad. At last, the author finishes by saying few aeroplanes fly over Firozabad. It's because that child does not want to fly a plane, because very few aeroplanes fly over Firozabad. So, few planes fly over Firozabad. So, the lesson finishes here. So, children, let's take a quick question answers given in the text. Think as you read. So we will discuss think as you read questions of this story. And we will try to cover up the same type of questions of first story about Sahib. So today we are covering up think as you read questions, as well as we will try to cover textual questions. What makes the city of Firozabad famous? So the first question is, what makes city Firozabad famous? The city of Firozabad is famous all over India for beautiful glass bangles. That makes it famous. Next question is, mention the hazards of working in the glass bangle industry. So what are the hazards of working? Like glass bangle making industry has hazards, like the workers have to look into the bright hot furnaces and they have to polish bangles. So they do all these activities, and because of that they become blind in very early age. So this is the main hazards of working in glass bangle industry. Even in the text, that Mukesh's grandmother also states that in his entire life, what she has seen her husband working in and polishing the glass bangles and becoming blind. So these are the hazards of working in a glass bangle, because they have to work in front of entire hot temperature. They have to work in dark and continuously, and that polish and the unhealthy conditions make them blind and make them deceased also. How is Mukesh's attitude to his situation different from that of his family? Why, how, in what ways Mukesh's attitude is different from the other members of his family? Mukesh's family is fatalist, so they believe that they are destined to work in glass making because the grandmother, Mukesh's grandmother, also thinks that what they are doing and the way they are engaged in this bangle making industry is their fate, is their destiny. And she also believes that she also thinks that when they will come out of this, but they have no other option. So on the other hand, there is no one who can change their profession, but Mukesh thinks differently, because because author believes he can change it, because he wants to become a motor mechanic, and he is a aspirant of becoming motor mechanic. That makes him different from the other family members who cannot think about any other alternate of profession or business in their life. So this is how the situation is different. Let's take the question. Think as you read from the first story. I want something in a garbage. So a story of Sahib-e-Alam, Sahib, a rag picker. I hope you still remember the story of it and will be able to answer the question side by. So the first question is, what is Sahib looking for in the garbage dumps? What was he looking for? Sahib is looking for gold in the garbage dumps. The garbage is wrapped in wonder for them, which is a means of survival for them. Where is he? He is in the outskirts of Delhi. He is in Simapuri, which is in the periphery of Delhi. Where has he come from? So his family has come from Bangladesh years ago. Next question. What explanation does the author offer for the child not wearing footwears? So here, what explanation does the author offer? Because the children are not wearing their chappals. So Annie Chung sees the army of barefoot rag pickers in her neighborhood, which appears like morning birds and seems to be disappeared at noon from the street. So she has seen children walking barefoot in the cities, village and roads. She takes this habit of remaining barefoot as a tradition to stay barefoot. So she explains it that it is their tradition to be barefoot. This is the explanation that she makes about them. So this is how. Next question. Is Sahib happy working at tea stall? Explain. Do you think Sahib was happy? No, Sahib is not happy working at tea stall, because now he has to carry heavy steel canister, whereas his bag was lighter. He was master of his own wishes, whereas working at tea stall, he has lost his willing. Now he has to listen to his master. So in this way, in the last few lines of the text, you will get your answer. I hope you will write it in your own ways and will try to answer it in a better way. I am leaving textual question for you, which you have to complete in your notebooks. In assignment 3, I had given some excerpts, and for this remaining chapter, I will also give you assignments in a day or two, but you have to complete these. Understanding the text means textual questions and talking about the text. So this is how you have to complete it. Till then, take care of yourself and do complete your homework and do complete your assignments given by teachers. Till then, take care of yourself, and you can leave all your comments and you can WhatsApp me with the doubts if you have in this lesson. Thank you. Have a nice day.